Steve Kemp again with the People Not Titles podcast, and I am pleased today to have with me Baxtie Rodriguez from City Home Inspectors. Baxtie, welcome to the podcast. Glad to have you.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
You're welcome. So we've had a great relationship with Baxtie. Carmen Carbonara, our director of sales with Land Trust, how long have you known Carmen?
Oh, for about 8 years.
Okay, 8 years. So
Yeah.
she knew you before you even started your inspection business.
Absolutely, as a realtor.
Okay, fantastic. So, and Carmen said, "Oh, you got to meet this gal," and I did, and then we had a great discussion, and here we are on the podcast. So, Baxtie, let's talk a little bit about how you got started just in real estate. I mean, what was the motivator for you?
Well, that was 20 years ago.
Okay.
I was a realtor. I started real estate in 2001, November of 2001. Basically, I was just looking for a career that was flexible because of a divorce, and I had 3 small children, and I found real estate sales to be the job for me, and it worked very well.
Okay, so did you get started like full time?
Absolutely. I went after the managing broker license. Back then, you didn't have the option you have today, where we have today you have to choose either being a realtor or being a managing broker. Back then, it was you can go straight to being a managing broker. You just had to take that extra schooling. So I became a managing broker because I knew I was going to open my shop. That was always the plan, and that's how it started. But always full time. Absolutely.
Okay, so what were you doing before that?
I was in the .com industry, corporate world, corporate America.
Okay, and you were like, hey, I'm going to start full-time
Yeah.
commission, whole hog, feast or famine?
Yes. I was always told that the way I worked, my work ethics always performed or indicated that I should have my own business. So I knew I was meant to be an entrepreneur since I was very young.
Okay,
Very young, yeah.
so did you work under a broker first?
I did. I worked for Remax City.
Okay.
Yeah, in Chicago.
Okay. And how long did it take you to get? Well, like, what was it like? Were you just making millions of dollars in your first month?
No. Yeah. No. It was hard work.
Okay.
It was hard work.
How long did it take you to make your first sale?
It was probably about 3 months.
Okay.
Back then.
That's pretty quick.
Yeah, back then.
Yeah.
Now it's even better with technology. We didn't have the technology we do today. We didn't have it then.
Right.
But it took me about a good 3 months to get up my first deal, and then after that, it was just
You
kept
started setting
promoting
records?
and absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Okay. So when did you open up your own brokerage, your real estate brokerage?
Edit.
Yes.
Do you want me to face them or face you?
Either way,
Or
doesn't
both.
matter. Yeah,
Okay.
you can face me and face them too.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit of both.
Because I'm like, who am I talking?
That's fine.
Okay.
So when did you open up your own brokerage?
I opened up my own brokerage in, it was called Baxtie Properties, and it was in 2003.
Okay, so it took you 2 years.
2 years.
And you were like, I'm going off on my own.
Absolutely.
Okay. And how long did you have your brokerage?
Baxtie Properties, I had for about 5 years.
Okay. And how many agents did you have?
A dozen, 12 agents, all out of the basement, my basement. We worked out of my basement in my home. I did have one of those Regis offices where it was a virtual office, but everything was done in the basement of my home.
So, I think if people would hear this story right now so far, we're going to get into how you started your home inspecting business. They would think, wow, everything just fell right for Baxtie. She got lucky, or, she's just natural born, or whatever it is. But was there struggles?
Oh, absolutely. So again, I started this because of a divorce. Okay, I needed to
That's the first struggle.
Yeah, that was my struggle. I needed to find a job that gave me the flexibility that I could raise 3 children on my own with. So real estate was that answer. So I thought real estate, because it's flexible and I can work out of my home.
Be around for your family.
Yeah, and be around for my family. So while I was studying real estate, or while I was practicing real estate as a realtor, I also had the need to sell my home. I had a home with my ex-husband, and it needed to be sold because I couldn't maintain it with the 3 kids and not having flexible income. So I sold my first home shortly after, and I went from a big house to a 2-bedroom condo. Me and my 3 kids lived in a 2-bedroom condo, and I rehabbed it while we were in it. And then a friend came 3 months later and said, "I love what you did with the place. Would you be willing to sell it to me? Would you be willing to sell it to me?" And then I said, "Well, sure." So I gave, she made me an offer, and I bought this condo for $65,000. I invested $5,000 in remodeling it. 3 months later, I get an offer for $130,000. So and that's when
That
the
sounds
light bulb.
like
That's
the
when the light bulb lit up, right?
infomercial story in the middle of the night.
So from that point on, it was flipping. I would take my kids and.
So you had a plan. You were like,
I didn't have a plan. This just happened. It just
Right.
I just remodeled a home, and I
Right.
went from a big house to a 2-bedroom condo with my kids. My boys was sleeping in the living room. My daughter she had her bedroom, and I had my bedroom. So we were all cramped up, and I remodeled it at the same time. A friend comes, love what I did with the place, and then she started my flipping side of the part of my business. So
Okay.
I started flipping, and then I take my kids from one house to the next, remodel it, and do it again. And that was my act of survival. That's how I
Wow.
started. So no, it wasn't easy. It was
Yes.
struggle. There was struggle.
yeah, that sounds like so. And that's what I was trying to get to is that you went from kind of an accidental profit to I think I have a plan here that I can get out of this
Yeah.
thing that I'm in.
Yeah, so real estate was the answer, and there's so many avenues. So I started as a realtor and then forced into realtor and flipping for a very long time before I decided to go into the home inspection side of it.
Okay, so you as a broker, if you were talking to a young broker right now, what would be your advice to them?
My advice to them would be to stay humble, be honest. There's nothing wrong with admitting that you don't know something and telling your client, "Let me check," and because every time they will trust you when you're honest with them, and they like that you're securing by double checking. So just be honest and stay humble.
That's awesome. And so then when you so what about real estate investors? What advice would you have for them?
Real estate investors, make sure that you align yourself with the right people. You want qualified realtors to assist you. You want to make sure that the realtor does understand their market. Not every realtor knows all the markets, right? So some specialize in multifamily, single family, but really you want someone a realtor that understands a little bit about cost and pricing on rehab stuff. So someone that has experience with that type of investment would be ideal.
So when you were a broker and you were a flipper, you were probably a great resource at that time for people that were looking to be flippers, because you're like, I know how much it costs to redo that kitchen, I know about the bathroom, I know about this, I know about that.
Yeah, and it only takes a realtor with experience to educate the investor client. So I was the flipping and also the realtor that focused in multi-units. So I would buy multi-units, remodel them, fill them up with tenants, and sell turnkey operation, right? So, and the reason why I attracted is because I was doing it for myself.
Yeah.
So people watch.
You put your money where your mouth is.
Exactly.
Okay, so how did that all end?
It didn't.
Okay, you're still doing it.
It will never end.
Okay.
I took a break from investing because of my home inspection. Now, what ended realtor
Yes.
was it was a little bit difficult for me to flip properties because I'm the kind of girl that rolls up her sleeve, and if I have to paint, I will paint.
Knock down walls, whatever.
I would be a part of the demo. I
Yeah.
was out there purchasing. I'm just very analytical, and I like to be a part of every aspect of my business. So it became a little too difficult to take clients out to show. And I started feeling like I was neglecting them. So I decided that being a realtor wasn't for me anymore.
Okay.
And I focused on my flipping, and then I started building properties too. So I did advance to building new construction. And I felt that home inspection was a better partner to flipping and construction because I'm already rugged, right? I'm already out there looking at projects, and I have the ability to inspect other people's projects. So that's
So you
how I
can
just
see
stumbled.
stuff behind the scenes. That's what a home inspector. Okay, so this is great. So I want to ask you just a couple of general questions. So how do you set goals for yourself?
Daily, weekly.
Monthly,
yearly.
Yeah. How are you thinking that way? Are you organized that way?
I am.
Wow. Okay.
I just feel like if I don't have a goal, I always have to have a goal. I always have to have a mission, and I can't stay at one level. I always feel like I need to take it to the next level, so I'm always looking for ways. I think what you people need to do is just find love in learning and education, because the more you learn and the more you kind of put what you learn in place, it's kind of exciting for me. So I have this
So you're a
love
curious
of knowledge and learning and education. I'm self-educator, so I just need to always have a goal, and that's just part of my way of being.
So from, I'm going to be an agent to, I'm going to be a broker.
I was never going to be an agent. I was always going to be a broker.
Okay, so dream
so I
big.
started as a broker, and I still continue. So now I have a home inspection business, and I am in Florida. And so I have goals to, hit all the states from Florida all the way to Wisconsin. So I want to be national. Why not dream big if you're going to dream, right?
That's fantastic.
But I don't want to just be a dreamer.
Yeah.
And there's nothing worse for me to always talk about dreams without, if I can't plan it, if I can't see that I cannot make it happen, I'm not going to talk about it. So I only talk about realistic dreams, or I don't want to say dreams, I want to say goals.
Yeah.
And because I'll make it happen.
But it sounds like a dream, because it sounds to some people like that's fantasy, be national.
Exactly.
That's fantasy, be a big this or big.
Yeah.
But you're thinking to yourself, no, it's not. It's just doing a little bit daily.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so do you have a morning routine?
Every morning, the first thing I do is I hate to admit this, but I do sleep with my phone.
Okay.
So the first thing I do is at 4 in the morning, I'm checking my emails.
So you're up at 4 in the morning.
At 4 in the morning, I'm checking my emails.
Okay.
And I go straight to my computer and do any kind of preparation for the day. That's the first thing I do, is check my emails and just make sure everyone's where they need to be.
Okay, so how long does that take you?
Like 10 minutes.
Okay, then what?
Yeah, and then I like to, it depends on where I'm at, because I'm half Florida and half Chicago.
Yeah.
So I work out.
Okay.
So in Florida,
So you
I like to
exercise.
you have to take care of you every day before you start your day.
So people who, some people think that success requires that you are out of balance, that you put everything off on hold until you reach a certain level of success. But for you, it's more of a holistic thing, that you're thinking, I can be with my family, I can exercise, I can achieve my goals if I'm just balanced that way. So
sure, yeah. I think that everyone has a different definition of balance, So I think what I do, if working 12-hour days is okay with me. My kids are grown.
Yeah.
I'm single, and so
you have energy.
I have energy. As long as I work out and take care of myself, and do have to make time for my family. But everyone has a different definition of balance, and for me, I'm okay with working 12 hours a day, because that's how I'm conditioned. So that's my answer.
Okay, I love it. And I think too that when you're passionate about something, I bet that like some people wake up at 7 in the morning and dread, I gotta do.
Yeah.
You're like up at 4, like ready to attack, like let's go. What do we got going? Let's build and let's grow. That doesn't sound like work to me anymore.
No, that's not. That's love. You gotta love what you do. So that's why. Maybe others will think I'm working, but I don't mind working, because I love what I do. It's part of who I am.
So tell us how you got started with home inspection. Okay, so when was that? What year?
Okay, that was in 2016. Okay, 2016. So what happened was, I was flipping properties, and there was an inspector that inspected one of my projects. He came in a little bit with an attitude. He wasn't really friendly with me or my son. I didn't finish the project. The toilet wasn't installed. It was just the toilet that wasn't installed. So when he came in and he said, I can't do this home inspection, it's not complete. And I said, well, he was kind of rude that he didn't even let me try to explain to him what my plan was, that I wanted him to come back to complete it, but just finish what he can, and then I'll pay for him to come back to complete the plumbing, because the toilet wasn't installed. But he had such an attitude that I just opened my mind, and I said, I think there's a market for really good communicating inspectors in the field. And then as I started talking to all the inspectors, realtors, and what their feedback was with their inspectors, that kind of confirmed that there is a need for knowledgeable, good communicating inspectors at the time. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really fascinating that I've met a lot of home inspectors, but I don't know that I've met a broker who became a home inspector, so I could only imagine that you have so much insight into what the broker is looking for, what the buyers or sellers are looking for, that you can add just a tremendous amount of value. Okay, so you just, what happened? How'd you
So
went and got
I-
your inspector license?
Absolutely, I was actually building, doing a flip, building new construction, general contracting for other people. I had a couple real estate clients, and in the middle of midnight, I kid you not, at midnight, I would study. I would study to take that exam, and let me tell you, the home inspection exam is not that easy. It's not, you have to learn all the components, and not just the components, not just the heating, the furnace, not just
Plumbing.
you have to know the plumbing.
Foundation.
Foundation, and different types of foundation, and different types of heating systems, even gravity, heating systems that you will never see.
Yeah.
You still will have to know about it, and you will be tested. So the test is very, very intense.
Wow.
Mhm.
And so, when you got your license?
Yes, I got my license, and because I've been a managing broker for so long, and I have hired and trained and shared a lot of business with a lot of realtors out there, my first day, when I started telling everyone I'm doing this now, my first day I had 5 inspections scheduled.
Whoa.
That's how I started, with 5 inspections.
Amazing.
And from that day on, it has been nothing but 5+.
Ah.
And it was like, wow, and it just
Good for
it
you,
just
Baxtie.
absorbed me whole, and that's why I had to put the flipping and the building on the side for now. But here I am.
So you decided in 2016 that I'm going to build a great inspection company. You saw there was an opportunity and niche to do that.
Yeah, I'll tell you how far that thought process went. When I saw that the need for it in 2017 is when I incorporated. This is probably the end of 2016 when I made the decision that I'm going to open a home inspection business. In 2017, I incorporated my home inspection company. I did not get licensed till 2018. Okay, so I already had
You're
the
a
business,
visionary.
I had the corporation ready, and I started planning everything and putting everything in place, and that's how it started.
And so then so now you've gone from doing inspections, probably seen everything that the world can throw at you, to starting to add inspectors. And
Yes.
so how many inspectors now do you have?
I have 9 inspectors in the city of Chicago, and I have 2.
And these are full-time or some?
Actually, 7
Independent
are
contractor?
full-time and 2 are part-time.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and in Sarasota, Florida, we have 2 inspectors out there, full-time.
That's great.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, and so you are not just a doer, you're a leader. That you can lead people. So what's the key for you, what's your leadership style?
I want to see everyone make good money. I want to see everyone happy, and I want to create a careers that's just rewarding and not too, just a really nice lifestyle for my inspectors. When I speak to other inspectors, the big thing is, well, you can't just give away $100,000 salaries. I mean, how do you hire so quickly? Because there's we struggle hiring inspectors. But
So do you home grow them, or are you working a little bit of a model of both?
I want to say so far up to date, I've been home growing them, but I am, open to more experience if they come to me, more experience. But all of the inspectors I have in-house are very well trained, and they have a lot of background that makes it valuable. There's a couple that were realtors before, so they have the communication skills required. And there's a couple that have engineering experience, and construction experience. So I gotta find the right value that fits the script. But I do educate, especially technology, because I believe a lot of inspectors are lacking technology, communication and technology. So I try to teach them the up-to-date technology skills that they have to have.
So if someone deals with someone from your company, what's the difference? Like, how do you guys differentiate yourself from the rest of the group?
I would say that we really take pride in educating the clients what they need to know. We really take pride. We we don't really we don't want to scare clients, but we need to give them a lot of information.
Mhm.
So we try to take them through the whole process of the home, how the house anatomy of the house. We take them through the whole process and just provide good education skills so they can make the right decision. We understand that that is the biggest purchase that they may have in their life, right?
Mhm.
Your home is the most biggest purchase one can have. So we want to help them make the right decision.
That's great. Okay, so looking forward into the future, what's the plan for 2021? I know you have a big event coming up,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That you share with agents.
Mhm.
What other things do you have? I know you opened up your Florida office. You'd like to expand beyond Sarasota.
Sure.
What about Chicagoland here?
Yeah.
What's the goal here?
Chicago's doing very well.
Mhm.
So we are going to continue to service more. We're going to focus a little bit more on luxury homes.
Mhm.
We're going to have a division dedicated to luxury home inspections. And organically, we have a good amount of business in commercial. So we're also going to expand more into the commercial side of things.
Okay, so you do residential, multi-unit, commercial. How big of commercial will you do? Is it?
We go as big as we can, and if I have to get all 10 guys in one place to make it happen, we'll make it happen.
So give an example of some of the things you've done commercially.
Sure, we've done recently a 60,000 square foot hospital. We've done a 44,000 square foot church. The biggest was the 60,000 square foot hospital.
And how long did that take?
Because we put more guys into the field, all of our inspections won't take longer than 2 hours. So if it requires more guys, we'll send more guys.
Fantastic, that's really exciting.
Mhm, yeah,
Okay, great. And are you residential and commercial in Florida as well?
absolutely, yeah.
Okay, great.
Mhm.
Well, Baxtie, I'm impressed. You've done a fantastic job. Is there anything else that you want to share just about your company or just about, any success tips or anything like that you would say is important, even just for entrepreneurs?
Well, I would tell entrepreneurs to keep moving forward. Sometimes things look like a struggle, and I think that going through those struggles are the lessons of life.
Mm-hmm.
But don't quit. Keep moving forward. Keep trying, and get up early in the morning. But the biggest tip I want to give everybody is please take care of yourself first,
Mm-hmm.
because sometimes we burn out, and it's not healthy to burn out. So we have to eat right. We have to exercise and move forward. Get up every day and be consistent. Consistency is key.
Yeah, so,
Mhm.
just picking up on that, so you decided to go to Florida.
Mhm.
And so, did you decide to get to Florida for your own kind of just peace of mind and then go into business? Or did you decide to go into business there and then thought, wow, this is great, a place to be as well?
Well, I honestly, my parents are over there.
Okay,
So they're getting older, so I want to be there for them. They're by themselves. So I found a place, I just want to really be closer. And everywhere I go, I'm going to start a business.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, let's go there. Let's go to Florida. Let's go to Sarasota. Sarasota is less population than maybe Miami, Tampa.
and is that where your parents are, is in Sarasota?
Yeah, they're near
Okay.
Sarasota. So I decided to go there really to be closer to my family.
Good for you, but
Uh,
converted into a business, and so you're spending, even though you're
Mhm.
able to be fully accessible from all places,
Yeah.
how much time are you spending in Florida?
It depends on the gravy months, I call them.
Okay.
So gravy months are, in Florida is in the winter.
Yes.
So winter, I'll be there 3 weeks out of the month, and I'm in Chicago 1 week, and then I switch that. In the summer, I'm in Chicago 3 weeks out of the month, and over there 1 week.
So, you're an investor, is this a good time to invest in real estate in Chicago?
Absolutely. It's
Yeah.
always a good time. There's always a good time. So there's a lot of property out there. People say that there's not enough inventory, but I'm inspecting. I'm
Mhm.
inspecting a lot of properties every day.
Okay.
So they're out there. You
Stuff
just
is
gotta look for
happening,
them.
things are moving.
Mhm.
Okay, fantastic. Is there a website, if people are watching this, I'll have it in the show notes as well, but what's the website for you
It's
guys?
www.cityhomeinspectors.net.
Okay,
Mhm.
fantastic. Baxtie, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, for being a part of People Not Titles.
Mhm.
And we're just pleased, and please, we've heard so many good things about Baxtie and her firm. Please, if you're even thinking, I could up my game with my home inspector, I would try Baxtie's firm out, because I really believe that, this is, that part of success of a broker, right, is having a team of people that you can rely on and trust, particularly in this market, and Baxtie just becomes another arm of your expertise. So
Yes, thank you.
you're welcome.
Mhm.
Thank you very much.